Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Teaching Online with Kelsey. My name is Kelsey and I've created this channel to vlog about my life as a full-time online teacher and to also help serve other online teachers as well. So please make sure it is not the last time that you see me by hitting that red subscription button and the bell down below to be notified of new videos every week, and to also give this video a thumbs up. It supports me and this channel. And this video today is brought to you by my new all-school guide. This free guide that I have to offer for you will explain how to successfully apply to the all-school program, and if you are wanting to create your own courses for the program, how to get started on this. This resource will be great for VIP Kid teachers that had decided to leave VIP Kid and try an experience out that is similar to OutSchool, but it's going to be just a little bit different for the future. So I highly encourage you to download the free guide and check it out for yourself and see if all-school is the right fit for you. As I am filming this, I have been an online teacher, a full-time online teacher, for about 9 months now. And one thing that I have been consistently learning about being a full-time online teacher is that expect changes and adapting to those changes very quickly. So even 3 months ago, when I was doing my 6-month vlog video, I had no idea that I was going to be signing up for a brand new online teaching program. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be leaving OutSchool or any of my other resources that I have built on since being a full-time online teacher, but it just means I have another resource that I can fall back on for being a full-time online teacher. Because as I have stated in my videos in the past, I have talked about how it's always a good idea as a full-time online teacher to have multiple sources of income. So all-school, as I had mentioned earlier with the free guide that you can sign up down below in the description box, that is a new online teaching platform that you can do classes with, and you can teach your own courses on there, which is similar to OutSchool in that you can teach at any time and you can set your own rate for it. However, in the future, once they have had a community built up and there's an equal amount of teachers and parents that know about the program, eventually there's going to be an option to teach the lessons that all-school has to offer, or that teachers can teach other teachers lessons on the platform too. When will that start, that you could start teaching the all-school or other teachers lessons on the program, is a little unknown right now. They just recently launched their website and is now open to try to hire more teachers and to get parents to know of the program too. So it may be a little bit before that option that would be like VIP Kids style of rolling out of bed and teaching courses is probably going to happen sometime early next year, if I had to take a guess. Again, I have no official word on when that will be about, because the program literally just launched this month as I'm filming, my 9th month into online teaching. So just bear with me on that. All right. But I had no idea that I would be sort of one of the champions of the all-school program and sharing about all-school to other teachers and other parents, to just sort of be aware that there are other sites and options for online learning. And I just never knew I would be in charge of such a thing, and I'm honestly honored that I am a beta tester for the classes and I get insider information. I made an instructional video for new teachers for the all-school website. I feel honored that I get to be a part of that. And that's one of the big things that has changed even 3 months ago for me. Another big change that I had noticed is for the outschool side of things, and that is the formation of groups. Now, if you're not really sure what an outschool group is, whether as a teacher or as a parent, an outschool group is this idea of an ongoing flex class. Now, there may be some instructional video every week, but the groups are more like an educational Facebook feed or posting videos similar to like a TikTok, but more appropriate and educational, if that makes sense. And it's more of a collaboration for learners to share and discuss with each other without the pressures of having to be on Zoom or being on camera, and that they are not obligated to do any like formal assignments like you would for another, like for a formal flex class or for an ongoing or a multi-day class where there would be an assessment or maybe some outside work that the teacher is asking for students to do. I have talked about groups before in one of my previous videos, so I'll make sure to leave that video in the cards for you to watch about groups. And I've gotten in on the action. Even though I teach littles, it's sort of refreshing every now and then to hear the opinions of older students and being able to collab something that I could be interested in similar to them, like music or space or even Disney for that matter. I think groups are a great concept. It's low pressure for everyone. And I think it's going to be an interesting way of how online learning can change, especially since we are in the zoomed out phase of life and everything slowly getting back to normal. People may just very well be done with Zoom. And I think OutSchool kind of took the chance and the opportunity to go, okay, I think people are maybe tired of online learning, taking online classes. You know, why don't we try to revamp it up? Think of it as like what Blockbuster should have done before they went out of business. You know, maybe they should have done something similar to Netflix where you could order DVDs online and have them mailed to your home. If you remember that Netflix actually sent DVDs to your home and you didn't have to stream movies. I think OutSchool's trying to do that. I think they're trying to make sure that they don't turn out to be a blockbuster of online learning and online teaching for us teachers. So I admire OutSchool for thinking of this idea for groups, and I see big things happening for groups. Another big aspect of online learning and being a full-time online teacher is setting up your schedule and trying to keep it consistent. But it's ironic considering everything changes. Class needs change, life changes, and all sorts of other changes happen. So what I'm going to show you is what my upcoming winter schedule looks like. So this will be for late 2021 up until March at least of 2022. So the winter season of my schedule. And you'll see on there I had implemented times for all school. So for now, I am treating all school similar to VIP Kid. When I was a VIP Kid teacher, I would get up early in the morning and teach a class or two, and then that helps me get started for the day. Because here's the thing, if you're going to be a full-time online teacher, you have to have a schedule similar to you going out to a brick and mortar job. Because once you get at home and you don't have a schedule, you start wanting to just relax and scroll through social media, and you lose track of time and you realize, oh no, I'm not even ready to teach my first class for the day. So I'm not getting up super early though for all school. I'm not worried about doing any kind of makeup. I just make sure that I look decent to the camera when I teach to my all school learners. And then after I teach all school, I take that little break to shower and eat breakfast and get ready to actually teach and do YouTube videos like this one and other sorts of social media posts and other things that I have to do for my business. So as you can see here, I make time to do just filming for YouTube. I also have a day where I just edit videos. And then when I'm not doing videos, I'm doing admin and lesson planning for all school or out school, primarily. I'm still not teaching on Fridays. I definitely recommend, if you are able to have at least one day off where you're not doing any kind of live teaching, that would be ideal so that teacher burnout does not happen to you so quickly. And so you will see on my Fridays, I'm not teaching any live classes either for all school or out school. I usually take a day where if I'm wanting to build resources for teachers pay teachers, I take the time to create those, or I may do some professional development hours, which I still would need to do in order to maintain my Montessori credential. I could also work on a flex class. I could create a group. I could do admin and messaging to parents, or it can also just simply be a rest day if I had already done a lot of work earlier in the week and I just need a day to myself to just sleep or just to relax, or if I have to go to the doctor, or if I have to take care of my pets, or if I have to do something really important with my husband. Whatever that is, Friday can be reserved for those days too. Another thing that I have been vamping up is my Teachers Pay Teacher Store, which I didn't mention it earlier, but that is something that I have been revamping and offering more resources for teachers and parents that are wanting to homeschool their children and need those necessary Montessori resources that maybe they cannot afford on the proper Montessori websites, or have an alternative or more affordable method of teaching a Montessori lesson to their child. So I've been working on those resources and revamping the resources. I've also written 2 books. One of my adult courses on supporting your child and learning how to read, I had decided to take the video course and put it into print. There's also monthly observation sheets in those books. So I have that for print and ebook options on Amazon. And I also put on Amazon for ebook and paperback options the 5 tips on getting your in-person and online students more engaged in the classroom. And it's tips that I use currently for my online classes that gets parents saying, oh, that's my child's engaged in the class. So in case you're wondering if the tips will work or not, I have those resources. I'm super happy that I do have those resources out. So that's also available if you're curious, or if you know someone that could benefit from that, please let them know of the resources. I would greatly appreciate that. I also think since September and October was slower months for online teachers, I think because now that it's getting cooler, at least in the northern hemisphere, that children are going to more likely be interested in doing something online, or that parents are like, okay, so we no longer can do sports outside, or it's just getting too cold. So let's see if I can find some fun online classes for my child. So there is a slight increase in enrollments for classes, which is great. And as I mentioned earlier about groups, I think the groups on OutSchool is going to be really helpful in getting kids enrolled and engaged in something that is not going to require a lot of assignments and pressure and a lot more fun into it, and a fun learning experience all year round, I think. But I do think, since it is getting colder outside, it is helpful that parents want something to do with their child, and there's online classes, there's OutSchool. There it is. There you go. I also had decided to open up the camps that I had this past summer during the winter break times. So I'm going to have 3 weeks where I offer the majority of the camps that I had to offer back in the summer months during those 3 weeks of those camps during the winter break. And now they're 4 days, which is perfect if you are celebrating Christmas and the New Year. You only have those 4 days of the camps, and then you got that 3-day weekend for the holidays. And then that last week is going to be the first week of January, in case there are families still on that break then. And so it'll be after that third break of camps that I'm finally going to be able to have a week off and go to Disney World with my husband and have a nice long break and enjoy our Christmas/birthday present that we have for each other, is just to get time away from everyone and just enjoy ourselves in the happiest place on earth. And that is all that I have to share so far. And from what I have been learning through the 9 months of being a full-time online teacher, is just expect changes to happen and adapt to the changes. And if opportunity strikes you for a new online opportunity, or to be an ambassador, or to be able to sponsor a program or write a book, go for it, because you now have the flexibility and the time to do those things. So I definitely recommend that you write goals per month on what you would like to have accomplished and what you would like to have done and what you would like to see happen for your business. And then try to have like a 3-month goal or a 6-month goal or a 9-month goal to see where you have come from and where you have grown the most. Because I feel like I have grown as a full-time online teacher, especially from where I've started and where I'm like, yep, I'm going to make all this money and I'm going to have all this freedom. And you still make money and you still have freedom, but just don't be surprised if there are some months you're not teaching a whole lot, or if you are deciding, hey, I want to write a book, or if you are wanting to revamp your Teachers Pay Teachers store instead of teaching, or whatever happens. Just be willing to adapt to the change. Thank you so much for listening to how my life is going so far. If you have any questions for me, please leave a comment down below. I would be happy to answer and interact with you on that. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell for future videos. And I will see you next time.